Hope you guys are ready for another episode of Double D's in your face. That's right.
And welcome back to another episode of Toxic Masculinity. This time we're without the services of the Predator, Mr. Frye. He's a little underneath the weather. But anyway, we are here with Tony Martinez, and he typically is behind the screen, but he's stepping up to the plate there, and just so we can keep things moving forward, because as they say in show business, the show must go on.
Must move forward. And
yeah.
Don will be all right. He's
warrior. He's too mean. He's just too mean. So yeah, he'll be okay.
Yep. So today we're just gonna have some fun with I guess even with 1D in your face.
Well, an amputee. All right. Yes.
Yep.
It just gets a little bit more love, and that's all.
Yep. So here we got a bunch of questions, and we'll go over some just some things going on in the world, and have some fun. Shoot the shit.
Well, there's a lot of stupidity in this world. I don't know if we got that much time there to conquer all the stupidity, but oh yeah.
YouTuber. So
okay.
Is Dan Irish? Is Severn an Irish name or British? So where was your where's your bloodline from?
Oh my God! See, again, I've got so many different ingredients. I always tell people I'm the all-American mutt.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've got I know on the Severn side there's a lot, there's more German, but then again between there's a Severn side, and then there's a Dawes side. Because my mother her main name was Dawes, Dawes, and then my father Severn. So there's British bloodlines, there's English bloodlines, there's Canadian bloodlines. There's I've been told that that there's some kind of Indian bloodline that's in there somewhere, but to me, as I was there, people, I'm just the all-American mutt.
We're all mutt.
I live here. I don't identify really as being nothing other than I'm an American.
Nope.
That's all I am anymore. I'm just an American.
Blood anymore, I mean, look, I had all the people come from the old country and rape all the Indians, and you had all these, even then all the slaves, like you're telling me that owners weren't having sex with their slaves,
Well, I think that was some of the perks.
100%.
It was
and then what do you think happens?
I don't mean
when
that
the wife has a black baby, it's like,
yes,
that's not going to go over very well,
No, and there's been blending that's been taking place for hundreds and hundreds of years. When people were attacking, one country attacks the other, they take prisoners and stuff like that. Well, let's face it, some of those prisoners they might have found rather attractive. Okay.
100%.
So they're not going to, oh gosh, I'm not going to behead her. Boom. Yeah.
Well, one of the funniest.
Only in Don's word, only in the divorce.
Yeah, there you go. Don't get Don going on that.
We'll have some fun at his expense. Well, since he can't be here to defend himself.
That's right, Don. He was happily married once. Yep. So I was looking over it's like Wikipedia and just other crap, and so they have some things that I just know about you, just they're wrong what they have on there, so I was just kind of looking through and thinking like, what
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I don't know who writes Wikipedia, but it's kind of going. I like to have some get in contact, because there are so many things wrong with that.
I know. I was just right. So just right out the gate, like Daniel Dwayne Severn, born June 8th, 19.
Yeah, okay, which is wrong. That's June 9th.
June 9th, right out. Yeah. So
yeah.
Even the first sentence, And then do you go by Daniel? Is that your actual?
Well, I mean,
proper name.
Let's put it this way: if I was in trouble,
yes.
If my father yelled, "Daniel," I'm
That's
like, oh,
What about Danny?
yeah.
Is that another
No,
one?
I never wrote my daddy. I mean, basically, I'll say that most time just growing up, I was maybe when I was younger, I might refer to it more as daddy. And as I got older, just shortened it down to Dan.
Dan, but Daniel, you don't want to hear Daniel, huh?
Well, no, again, that doesn't bother me at all.
No, I mean
Again,
I mean
unless it
from
was
your
coming from
father,
my
from your
pops. Yeah,
father. Yeah.
yes. That again because of Daniel. I'm like, oh no, I gotta face the man.
Yep. Yep. And then another one. So I know you live in Coldwater, but you weren't born in Coldwater, right?
No, I have so many people from Montrose, Michigan is where
Yes.
I went to
Okay.
school.
So,
But
where were
again,
you
I
actually
wasn't
born?
born. I wasn't born in Montrose, Michigan either. I was born in Flint, Michigan.
Okay. And so what Coldwater just got thrown on because it was
Well,
what where you were living at the time or something? Or?
yeah. When the USC was simply said they wanted your home address at that time, I had a home in Coldwater, Michigan. So
Coldwater.
I give the Coldwater, Michigan address, and poof, right there it is. But again, I have so many of my friends from high school and from my wrestling team and stuff like that. They're like, we want Montrose to get more credit because you started all your amateur wrestling prowess and accolades here right at little old Montrose, Michigan, and
So
Hillmccoy High School at Montrose, Michigan.
when did
And
you
again,
go to Montrose?
it's a truthful statement from them. I it this is one thing that I don't know if one of my very first ribbons, and I know it's it's in one of my scrapbooks somewhere. I ended up getting first place in the Montrose Blueberry Pie Eating Contest. Yeah.
was it like how many pies you could eat, or was it a time thing?
Oh, this was just simply sheer time thing, and it was like
Yeah.
going. I think I just took that pie and went, it held like everyone else was going. I think I still had the plate stuck to my lips, like going, done.
You just inhaled it. What's the
Yes.
old? It's the old. What were those commercials with the Tootsie Pop? How many licks does it take to get to the center? Dan says
Yeah.
3.
Crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're there.
The Dan, you don't need to eat the pan. So
Yes.
you still win. That's
No,
awesome.
I get that.
So,
Yeah, I had. Yeah,
so,
there's a lot of great memories though.
So Montrose is where you actually. So when did you get there? You said you were born in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah, born in Flint, Michigan, but my parents lived in a couple different homes before that. I can remember a couple different homes that two different homes that we lived in, but then I became aware of a third home when I was a little bit old enough to be, to actually even think about that kind of stuff. My
Yeah.
parents actually lived in 3 previous homes before ever settling in New Lothrop. I mean, I say I went to school in Montrose, but we lived out on the border where these two counties met. We lived right on the borderline of these two counties, and when we walked up to the same corner, 2 different buses would show up to that same corner. One went to the Lothrop High Schools, and then one went to the Montrose Hillmccoy High Schools. And this bridge had washed out. The road used to go all the way through. It wasn't a dead end. It's a 3/4 mile dead end. There was a bridge. It washed out. Who knows? Now probably 60 to 65 to 70 years ago, this bridge washed out, and now you had the option because we lived right on the border. We could have gone to the New Lothrop School, could have went to Montrose, and ironically, because the real ironic part, because both my parents, my mother and father, both went to New Lothrop schools. So again, I couldn't tell you where my grandfather went to school or my grandmother. I could not tell you that offhand. I just know where my mother and father went, and then the ironic part that all 8 of their children, so my 7 other siblings and myself, we went to Montrose schools. That property is now owned, 3rd generation is now owned by my nephew, Andrew Severn, which happens to be my grandfather's first name. So 3 generations well over 100 plus years now that this farm has been in the Severn name, and my nephew is also the athletic director at New Lothrop Schools, and his kids all go to New Lothrop Schools. But
That's
again,
awesome.
it's the same house,
In-
same property lines, but whereas I used to go to Montrose Hill McCoy, now they're going to New Lothrop School. So it's kind of like you just had options.
That's awesome. That's cool. See, that's neat. See, those are good little stories that, like people don't see that stuff. Like they see these made up stuff here on the Wikipedia here.
Well, the other stuff that when you talk about childhood, we'll jump back at the
No. Go ahead. I like to hear these. This is exactly.
but I mean, growing up, it was a 120 acre farm, and there was basically about 80 tillable acres. So all the rest of the land was like forests, streams, creeks, things of that nature. So I always tell people that, I lived the life of like Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Going down to the creek, going fishing, and then, catching fish, going spearing for pike and stuff like that in the springtime. Again, that's kind of like a big no. But did we know that at the time? No, we're living on our farm,
Yep.
and this is what had been done in the past. So spearing for pike or going for suckers, that kind of thing.
Did you ever make any like traps or
but
anything?
But eating it all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say again.
Did you ever make any like traps or anything? Try to catch like something like birds or rabbits?
I mean, it was
fox.
It was kind of like ironic that we had one of our neighbors who basically worked for the Department of Agriculture. I mean, he was he was doing a lot of wrong things. Let's put it that way. I mean, I'll say that now because he's long gone. Okay, he passed away many moons ago, but here he is. He's setting up traps for fish, going there and it just, you name the animal, this man hunted it all. The first time I ever went raccoon hunting was with him. And I mean, you want to see a battle. I mean, first off, seeing his couple hound dogs, and they were good coon trackers. They could track those raccoons like you just wouldn't believe. And once they had that raccoon treed, you could tell they went from barking to this howl because they've got this animal treed, and now you go to where the animal's treed now, and basically the guy would either take a stick and either knock the raccoon out of it, or he had like a 22, he'd just pop it once and the animal would fall out of it, but it wasn't dead. And now, because it was his way of seasoning his dogs as well. But a raccoon in water, a healthy raccoon in water with a dog, all bets are on that raccoon, because they're a very water ready competitor, very much a competitor. They're more apt to probably drown you. But like I said, his coon dogs, they had so many scars on them from doing battle with all these various raccoons and other animals but he's like going, makes them tough, But
the dogs enjoy that. It's like,
but again, it was but those were some of the most vicious battles I witnessed firsthand, and I'm probably not more than in junior high, maybe a little bit even younger than that, just going out because my pops is out there. This is one of his buddies, and they're out just doing some coon hunting there on the property. But it just you live a lifestyle to where you didn't know that you had to have a hunting license. I mean, again, I'm in junior high, and a couple of my friends are saying, "Well, I'm getting registered to take a shooting class so I can become a registered shooter." I'm going, what? I mean, I'd already been shooting guns for who knows how many years, shooting 22s, shotguns, you name the normal hunting type of gear. We had it all because you hunted on your property. You provided on your property.
Yeah.
So,
and like
but
you
then
said,
also
you would eat it.
I'm sorry, say again.
Like you said, you would eat it. You would go hunting, and you would
we're not trophy hunting just so we could get a rack of antlers or something like this. No, we're hunting them because we know we're going to put meat. We're going to put meat in the freezer.
Yep.
I mean, I've eaten raccoon many times. It's actually a greasier type of
Every little
meat.
gamey, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, when you
Yeah, I
eat,
mean,
yeah, I mean, but I would say
you can
duck.
cook anything on the
And
grill.
eating duck is probably very similar to eating like raccoon, because it's kind of an oilier type of a meat to it. That's all.
Yep. Yeah, I've had buffalo. It's really good. Alligator.
Well, I've never had either one of those, but I have eaten both buffalo and I've eaten alligator too.
Yep. Yeah, I can't say I killed either one of those.
Yes.
But yes, I did have them. It was delicious.
I wish Wikipedia would have simply just contact me and just ask me a few questions. Again, the fact that they don't even have my birthday correct,
Yeah, but I think Wikipedia is more of like a community of anybody can really get on there and put things on, and it can be updated by anybody. So, I mean, let's get Dan Severn's Wikipedia updated. His birthday.
And really, I would like it really updated because there's so many
Yeah.
there's so many cool things I've done
Yeah.
in my life that's not
Oh, I
in
know.
there as well.
Oh, I know exactly. There's like, I mean, come on, you can't get the guy's birthday right. Come on, how can you not remember 69, bro? 69. Come on.
Huh. Yeah. Huh.
Dan's like,
You may have to draw a couple pictures for him right there. Yeah.
yeah, we'll have when we get Brandy Love on, we'll have her show you what that means.
Yes. We'll ask that question. What do you think about never mind.
Thank you for watching another episode of Double D's in your face. You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.